Welcome everyone to another episode of the talk show with me, Miss VEENA PUPPALA, CEO of multearts. Welcome, Miss VEENA ji.
Yeah, hello, Andy.
Yeah, before talking, we have so many episodes and we are having so many talk shows. So before going to the today's topic, I just want Miss VEENA to share about what is the multearts to the new users and whoever you watching the episode newly, so we can know so many things from.
Yeah, so thanks for the introduction. Multi-arts is all about, we usually train different type of art forms to the people who are interested. Our mainly audience are students. Like we have different type of categories in the arts like dance, music, chess, Vedic maths, Rubik cube, yoga, drawing, doodle, like all type of art forms. So I could say there are more than 50 plus courses there is in multi arts, which is a calligraphy like this. So we're also targeting a new segment in the multi arts where I could say special course, which is exclusively for the women who are pregnant. So we are going to launch that particular course. You can just stay tuned to the multi arts website for updates and upcoming things in the multi arts. So it's more of like online digital platform to learn arts. Yeah.
Wow, so nice to hear that. And for new concept and new thoughts every time as usual. Thank you, ma'am. And before going to our session, just let me tell you today's topic is about marriage. So
Okay.
everybody wants to know what is about, like so many things are there in everybody's minds. Some are very anti, like some are very soft with the marriage corner. So we have different accepts to a different lifestyle and everything. So first we go with the what is marriage. So I just want to know about your words. So we'll discuss about the marriage.
Yeah. So the sentence what you started, like there are different people who have different opinions on the marriage. Some people may have negative, some people may have positive. So this is a very good line to start with. The definition of marriage itself is more of like a finding a companion or finding a partner, you know, where you will feel as an individual need to feel that you're going to be very comfortable and you can lead a happy lifestyle with the person who are going to get married. So this is the definition of marriage is this in my point of view. But as the things are seen for me individually, marriage is defined in a different ways. For individual people based upon the culture, it's differing from place to place and people to people. So the exact definition of the marriage is to get a companion partner which is going to help you in all aspects of your life. No matter what, they need to stay with you. So that is the definition of marriage.
Okay. Yes, correct, ma'am, what you said. But we have, before going to the marriage, somebody is like, they want to have some, like, some are particular. Like, I want this. Some are like, teenage girls are having so many thoughts about that. And as usual, that boys are also having that same ratio we can maintain, that I want this particular things in my life partner. The spouse should be like this. So somewhat they're having something. So what are the 5 major things or few things like we should be taking care?
So to be very honest, even I was into that category when I was not married. I have the list of the things where, you know, the person need to accept me the way I am, and I'm not into traveling person. So before getting married, I just told everything about me. You know, I have a issue with the journeys. I can't travel too much, and I'm not a housewife kind of girl. I'm so ambitious person. I just want to do something out of my life. I told all these things to my husband. He told everything, yeah, okay, okay, you can do whatever you want in that way. So I felt really happy because I thought he understood what I told. But eventually, what he thought, you know, whatever he says, let it be. I mean, she says, let it be. He will change after marriage. Or she will change after marriage. That's the only thing which will run an individual's brain whenever they're exchanging the thoughts. So, to be very honest, the initial level of the marriage, if you're committing to the marriage, it will be very challenging to cope up with two different individuals who born and brought up in different
Yes.
situation. Even though they are born and brought up in same situation, no one really knows what the exact person is all about. Wife or husband is something where they need to see you a complete person. Even there is a bridge between mother and father or any other relationship, but husband or wife is little bit different thing. And so many expectations, once if we get married, like you need to do this, you need to do that, the purpose of the marriage itself will change after marriage. That's what I felt after I married. Before the marriage started, my father and my mother just told me, I was 22 at that point, not even 22. I just completed my degree and came out. I just got placed. That's it. So my mother and father told me, you just get married and do whatever you want. That's what they told, and they just gave. My mother has her own reasons, and my father has his own reasons to, commit for this relationship. So I thought, okay, just marriage, then I can do whatever I want. No, it is not like that. Once you are married, you can't be the same person. You don't have that much space to do the things for you. Um, it may be any gender. It may be male or female. For women, especially if they are marrying, they need to lose themselves in that process. That's what I understood from my marriage, as well as I observed several marriages like my mother's and their mothers as well. Women don't have that much leverage. Then I just went to my father and told, uh, can I take classes now? After marriage of the 1 month, I asked my father, can I take classes
The
now?
class.
So my
Nice.
father told, no, no, Veena, how can you do that? Society will think in this way, just he married to his daughter, and he just sent her away to just generate money. I
Okay.
felt okay. I take 6 months break.
Oh.
So I tell after 6 months, I'm a person who is so ambitious to do something. I'm not a person to be in the home and take care of the things. Then I asked my husband, can I go? Then my husband really awoke and told me, this is not like this, Vinay. We need to go over, several places. We need to visit our relatives' house. He just keep on adding things into my bucket, which I don't know. I'm not aware of.
Yes.
Later on, I understood, this is something not what I thought. Just married, then you can do whatever you want. No, nothing will be in our hand. There are so many people who are expecting me to behave in a certain way after I got married. Then
Yes.
I can't be such a strong person, a strong woman once I got married. I need to, surrender myself to the people. I need to give the decision need to buy my husband, my father's when it's not mine. My happiness is not my happiness. My husband's happiness is my happiness. All these things I was so confused. The definition what they gave me, Vina, you will be happy when you get married. Later on, my father and my mother said, saying that your husband need to be happy so that you will be happy. The process little bit increased.
Yes.
Later on, there are some fights in between me and my husband. Then he expected me, he thought that I will change whatever the way he want to be, but I'm very strong individual person where I just gave him all the answers, that I can't, I can't do that, I can't do this. I just told him in this way. So eventually he just understood me, then I just understood him. I think so, not 100%, maybe I understood him for 30 to 40% until now. So later on, the biggest challenge what I felt, once you get married, um, it, it's too late to make any other decision. I'm not an individual now. I'm married, and I'm answerable to my parents as well as my husband. So as an individual who are just a teenager, something like that, if they are in love, I feel so pity about them. There is no point of love in that age, because there is nothing. Only you just need to compromise. The marriage is a thing I understood after 7 years of my marriage. Marriage is a thing which is a sort of compromise.
Okay.
No, if you're not compromising, you can't stay with that relationship. Yeah, there will be happiness, but I checked myself, I tracked myself, happiness tracker, compromise tracker, confused tracker. I have several trackers. How the things are working for me in the
Oh,
marriage. I tracked everything, like whatever the possible way I tracked it. So I understood it's a compromised thing, sometimes confused, sometimes clumsy, sometimes happiness. So there is no proper definition for the marriage. And I think it is not generalized thing, it need to be so personalized. For me it is a big thing, some emotions, I'm more like emotion person. So I told to my mother, we need to have emotions to get marriage with intense. I told my mother, told if you get married everything will come later. She told in that way. you know I thought, no, that won't happen, to be very honest. Even though you get emotions before marriage, then it will go off after marriage. That's what I understood after seeing several love marriages.
okay.
Eventually it's more of like compromising, and yeah, you need to be confused. Sometimes you may feel lost yourself in the process of marriage. Still, it's good to have some companion who really care about you, look after you when you are not comfortable or something like that. I could say marriage need to be an optional, not mandatory. That's what I understood after all these journeys and experiments and analysis. So marriage need to be an optional thing for individual. It's not mandatory. Once you gave the birth, I understood the pattern of society, how it is. Within my womb itself, people used to ask me the questions. It's like a cycle, I could say. When my son is in my womb, people started asking me, everything is fine, or he's moving or rotating. Comparison starts
Yes,
before birth, not even after,
yes,
which is a disaster thing to have. We can't compare ourselves with others. You need to compare yourself with you, not with others. So we are very unique. We have very unique thoughts. We have unique mentalities. So I think marriage deserve to wait until you get right person. And it need to be personal choice, not a family, not a society thing. 21 get married, after 1 year have kid, after you have one kid then have another kid. People are really not dealing with the ideas and mindset. They are always involving people into the problems. So if you are feeling lonely, get married. Then still you are feeling lonely, then they will say, have a kid. Keep on adding people into the problem, they are not fixing the problem. That's what I understood. I think so. Women, in my point of view, women really miss themselves in this journey. Men has their space. I just went into each individual shoe, and I just observed in my home what happening, and outside of the marriage culture and marriage life what it's happening. Men has their space because of the culture we came into right now is a male dominated society. So all the rules and regulations was given by the men, not women. Women are not educated before, and they usually the only work they have to take care of the home and give the birth to the kids, as many kids as possible. So that's the pattern usually before we used to have. Women really don't have any voice. So we are very grateful to be in this society right now. At least women have some space and voice to speak what they feel. And I could see many revolutions out there. The taboo part was going about marriage, periods, all these things. So everyone are really discussing openly. So things need to change, and women are not really looking for you know like aggression type of marriage or the dominating type of marriage. They are looking for a partner, not a husband who can stand like this and women can just be like this. That won't there right now, and it need to change. That was there in my mother's the age group whatever they are into. It's men is little bit stronger and they just elevate themselves like like these, and women need to be like this. So these things need to be go. I mean, it need not to be there. Because marriage is something like it is more of like friendship and partner and love, not like domination, submission, compromised. All these things are not really good to have more. And women need not to lose themselves in this journey. That's what I'm really fighting for that. Yeah.
that is very nice. But as you said, from that only, I just want to ask you something like, as you said, like it is everybody's individual person, like we are thinking and how the partner will come.
Yeah.
But here, you are opposing to the arranged marriage or love marriage. Like, can you give the clarity? Which one is good? More, you what will you prefer? Like both the things are like we need to balance anywhere. We have to compromise. Like,
True.
yeah,
True.
everywhere we need to
So
do all the things, not only the love marriage or arranged marriage, but still, what you'll be preferring. And nowadays,
yeah.
one more I will just want to add, like we are having the live-in relationships are also going on.
True.
So
So yeah, I got your question, and it was a good question. So I'm not supporting love marriage or arranged marriage. I'm anti to confused marriage.
okay, very nice. Confused
So
marriage means everybody is like for arranged marriage, I can understand that it's so many confusions. We don't know the partner, and in love marriage, it will not happen. Like, and in living relationships,
no,
everybody is
yeah,
just going on having some few years. After that, they are getting into the some relationship, or you know, the so many trends are like we have. So accordingly, what will be preferable? What is your point of perspective like about this?
yeah. It's a very valid question to have. Even love marriage also confused marriage. That's what I feel. I think so. Marriage itself is confused when you are going to marriage. So
Okay.
I can explain you in detail in this question because when the person is getting love, let's say it is a factor of love marriage, we can have that scenario. You know, the male and female, the men and women going to give their best. They'll dress up the best way, whatever they can, and the hormones which going to release you in biologically, you will feel so good about it. You know, you feel so excited, want to meet him, want to impress her or him, you know.
Yeah.
And it is always like every day is an interview. Just imagine if you're going to interview, whatever they'll ask you, you'll tell yes, yes, I'll do, I'm best. You'll just give the best.
Yes.
So love is a thing, you know, which always you're going to give your best. The phase of love. Later on, what happened because of the culture what we came into, once the person get married, men is getting authority towards women because of the culture.
Okay.
It may be any marriage.
Yes.
You know, there is a saying, no matter which stone you take, it will break your head.
Right.
So I feel the same, you know, for this. So I feel the same for this, you know. No matter which marriage it is,
Okay.
men has that authority, women need to do all the tasks. That's what I understood. All these things, whatever I'm saying, based upon the experience and what I have seen and what some people told me. Based on this only, I'm just understood the pattern of marriage, how it is there out. So I could say marriage. Whenever we were about to marriage, I'm a more logical person. You know, I know graphology, where I can read a person's mindset just by seeing their writing. I took my husband's sample and I read it everything, you know. And I thought, yeah, okay, we can proceed. But at the time, I was so emotionally imbalanced in the phase of the marriage.
Mm.
I was so confused, I was excited, mixed of emotions in my head.
Mm.
Sometimes I feel, okay, I'm going to get married. I'm feeling so good about it. Sometimes I'm feeling like, okay, I'm going to get married. How it going to be? So confused. So marriage decision itself is a confusion decision. The phase, it will be like that. It's a mixed up of the all emotions. It may be love, it may be arranged. Men really need to understand what the women is really thinking. You know, many men can't live without women, but women can live without men. This is the word. Not I'm not saying it. My father told me. When my father is not there, my mother told me. And the same line said by so many people. Men don't have that capability to stay alone. They are dependent. Women are independent people in nature. I have many solid examples for this. My grandfather died when my grandmother was 22. Two kids she handles, like my mother and my uncle. My grandmother is the only one. She really took care of them, and she was so strong woman. Fortunately, I got that qualities in me, which is not good for my husband because I'm strong. So he need to bear it. Men are really not looking for strong women in a role of wife. That's what I understood. My husband, as an individual, he admires me. So when I'm taking a role of wife, then so say no, 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 you can't do this, you can't do that. He's just putting me all the rules. As a Veena, everyone okay with the confidence levels what I have and the way I think and the way I behave. If I'm like a Veena, everything is fine. If I'm playing a role of wife, no, you should not be like Veena. You need to be some other person who can fit to the role of wife, which
So
is
the
real.
problem starts when you are a wife. When they think that
Yeah,
you are a wife, when you are an individual person, everything is like right.
yeah, right.
It's not
Whatever I
same.
says, it's correct.
Yes. When we
Yeah.
compare with to the family, when we are introducing or when we are saying something, whatever, when that time the problem will be starting. So how
No,
to
even the introduction part also fine because I receive people very goodly and I speak with them. When I'm just speaking the rights of the women in front of my husband, he's not okay with the role of wife. If I'm specifically mentioning, wife is really doing, they are losing themselves in this process of wife role. If I say all these things, he's not comfortable to listen. But right now he's comfortable because I'm just saying all these things from past 6 years. Now he understood, no matter what she keep on saying, okay, I want to listen. That's it. Sometimes he'll just act like he's listening.
okay.
Sometimes he don't have any other option. He need to listen. So I was so intense. I usually thought I can give an example here. Whenever I just went out to buy something when I was in the Hyderabad, one of the women just came and she's also just came to that particular shop, so we eventually start conversation and I asked what do you do. That's the usual question I ask everyone, where I just tell them, I have this idea whether you want to take any tuitions or you want to learn some graphology. This is how I started conversation with any woman or any other person if I see someone really comfortable to start conversation with. So I told her, she told me, before I usually work right now, not working because I'm married, I have kids. She has passion to work because of the responsibilities of the family. She need to be the only one who need to sacrifice first. That she is in every house.
Yes.
Even I done that. Even I just left my job. I just stopped taking classes because of the responsibilities which going to come a baggage of the marriage. Once you got married, then kids, mother is the next immediate person. Kid, you are the only person who need to take care of. It's your bucket of list. That's it. You can't skip or you can't give it to some other people. If you're giving that, then the mother guilt will generate within you and you feel you are a bad mother.
Yeah. What you said is correct, but like after
Yeah,
marriage or in love marriage or arranged marriage, as
yeah,
I asked, somewhere we love that person. For some reason, we are like continuing our journey.
some reason. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Because we have so many confusions and so many things we need to do, but we are here to like the rope is not visible, but we are somewhere we tied up with all the relations and all. So in
true.
the same way, so what is the thing it is like you want to stick? Now we have so many things like we can
Okay. Yeah,
talk.
yeah. So I want to take here the point is exactly relationship need to be in both hands. Men and women both need to take care of the kids. It is not like previous days, like it's not more of male leading thing and all. Both need to be on the same thing. And I could say we need a partner. I can't say marriage is wrong.
Yes.
That's the culture how the world is running. But the way the definition of marriage is changing after marriage, I'm more concerned about that.
Yes.
So the things what my parents told to me, in the same way, many father and mother told to their own daughters. once you get married, you got settled, you can do whatever you want. No, that's
Yes.
not you want to tell to them. You need to explain them, things are going to change once you got married. The responsibilities will be increased once you got kids. You need to manage it, you need to be open for that, then there will be less disturbances in the marriage. You can't manipulate marriage, you need to be very open what it gonna happen. You can't quote some gold or silver into it and you can't hide it. It will be revealed someday, and it will be the open up process will be in such a disaster. I never thought marriage going to be in this way.
Okay.
If I know before, I don't know what is the decision I made. But to be very honest, it need to be said openly what it going to be. Then the decision will be an individual decision. Let me give an example. So whenever I just came from Telugu medium background. So I came from Telugu medium background, and I just made a decision to join in one big university, which is a KL University. My father gave me an option, Veena, there is a tie between that KLU and another university. My father told me, you don't want to get any job, Veena, you just join in this university. I told to my father, unknowingly, still I hadn't joined into any college. I just said him, I get the job, daddy, don't worry. So join, uh, just allow me to join in KL University. That's the promise I made to him, and I was not aware about that job process when I gave that word to him. It was very challenging for me to read because of the decision made by me. I am open to the things, and you can't force someone to make the relationship or to because of the society pressures or some XYZ factors need not to be the reason to get married, and the person need not to lose their life. It may be a male or female. They need to have their own space after marriage. That's what I strongly believe in. You can't just have just family, family, family. You can't have that type of lifestyle. You need to have your own space. You need to have your own financial independence once you get married. So I could have n number of scenarios. The things changed in the love marriage, things changed in the arranged marriage, and everyone just hands up. They'll just lift their hands and just see. In that way, parents are really seeing because they can't do any decisions. It's too late to make any decisions once you get married. There is a baggage of marriage, even though the person is separated. It is a painful process.
Yes.
So instead of investing even into wrong relationship or confused relationship, it's important to be open what it's going to be and make yourself ready for that challenges.
Okay.
So that's what I believe in, and it gonna help some other way instead of having big fights. At least you have idea it going to be a fights. I do before marriage counselings to the youngsters. They'll just think like me.
Mm.
So I'll just tell them, don't compare your husband with your father.
Yeah, most of us will be searching for the because we know
No,
from childhood we
no, father is
searching.
different.
Yes,
For yeah, for you can't check for. You are not looking for the father role.
yes, yes. No, actually,
You are
what you
looking
said,
for.
we all will think like we all will see from childhood, we'll just have only our father will be there around our eyes and mind and everywhere. So we'll just compare everywhere like as our mother, our father, we are just searching like that people because we are used to that
True.
environment. So
Yes.
because of that, so yeah, as you said, we'll be having some few problems like if they are not relating somewhere, if they are going anywhere, do the same thing. But
Yeah.
still somewhere will connect to that particular points what we are searching for.
True. Even I searched for that, which is not a good thing because I told to that particular person, you're not looking for your father. Just imagine how your father react to your mother in a role of husband.
It's true.
No, you can't check. Father will give everything for her daughter,
Yes.
but not to the wife. I told her, she was really awoke by my explanation process, and she understood. That's how your life going to be. That's what I told her.
It's true.
So her mother is not, she is always having, every mother and father have fights in the home where everyone will see from childhood itself. So she understood that's the pattern of marriage. That's the role of wife and husband. They'll fight, they'll be together.
Yes.
So, the intents of the fightings and how much you are okay with that fightings and what is the dilution part happening within you after marriage, everything matters. Then only the healthy relationship will grow. So it need to be very open, and women need not to lose themselves in the process of marriage, and they need to have their own space before how they are. At least 50% of them should not change. Something need to change. We don't have option. At least you need to protect yourself. You can't lose yourself in the journey of marriage.
So before marriage, you are asking everyone to be counseled.
True.
Counsel, counsel
Yeah.
in the way like they need to know the facts and truth. What are
Yeah.
things will be changing? How we are changing? At least
Yeah.
some mothers, if we are guiding for our kids, either it is a boy or girl, no matter. But we need to give the clarity of what will be changing, how those. So it will be a
True.
helpful for the coming up generation, so they can be a settled role. Now, that is a one part. It's a good one. One more I just want to add here. Nowadays we are like seeking for marriages means only the wealth part they are looking. Some they are
True.
going with the only for the wealth. They are like going for the any other marriages, or somewhat we can't say the so many names. We can see so many papers and YouTube's, so many things are going on. So, what will be the only for the wealth purpose? All are doing so many such things. It is a good one, like how whatever we have done for now. Is it one part, and this other part they are having the big fat weddings and so many things are going on. So, how you like want to share about your views on that?
Yeah, for sure. Wealth is an important thing to commit relationship, any relationship, because uh, love. We can't survive with the love. We need to eat rice food, or you need to have your lifestyle, and you need to even water. We don't get it for free. So the
Yes,
value exchange money. Money is important thing. Wealth is important thing because that gonna define the lifestyle what is going to be.
yes,
And we can't generalize that. If you are choosing wealth is the only thing which makes you to make the decision, we need to check other parameters how the person is okay with you or not. It may be any gender. If the person is not really any concern or care towards you, then they will disrespect you. You can't get any satisfaction with the money at that point of time.
yes,
So that's going to be a bad choice to have. You need to check other parameters as well, whether the person is open to listen or he is okay to adjust. If something happened, whether he is open to apologize or the person has the nature of accepting apology, whether he or she has a capabilities to think. You need to check those parameters as well, and the compatibility, whether you are able to sit with him or not. The important thing. So just wealth, nothing does. I could say I usually slept a lot in the mat before. I have that habit to, not the habit, based upon the financial status what we are into, we usually sleep in the mats before. So I just slept like a baby. I don't remember anything. So right now I have very good beds, which is very smooth and very, still sometime I don't get good sleep if I have fight with my husband. No, that's keep on running in my mind. I need to fix that. Brain don't like to have problems.
yes,
You can't ignore problems. You need to fix the problems. You need to solve the problems. Once you are adding problem plus problem plus problem, then there will be bottle filled, there will be a blast, which is a disaster. So I prefer to fix the issue whenever it created. So I'll just sit with him and explain, and I expect same from him. If he is not in a good mood, I'll ask him what happened. Just tell me. I'll process that. If it is something hurting me, I'll process it. I'll take time. And I'll also give him the same space to process that information. So in the same way, wealth is important thing. I'm not saying, you need to love only by seeing the love. Wealth is not a good, no, it's a really fair thing. You should not choose a person who is financially dependent on you. It's a very, very, very wrong move. You will feel that. You will feel for that. If
Yes.
women is marrying a person who is dependent financially on that particular woman, your marriage gonna be broken. I have solid example for this. So there is a girl who just loved someone and got married, where the parents are not ready for that marriage, but somehow she convinced and she is okay even though the parents are not accepting it. She just got married. So once she got married, she is an employee and he is not doing any work. So all the salary she need to put into his account, it seems. So this is a real story. I don't want to mention the names because I do get many people for the counseling. So I have many stories back. So she told me that uh, only he just give you whatever the charges, bus charges or something like that. Even sometimes he'll just irritated to give her money to her,
Mm.
which is the saddest part. He can't complain those things to anyone. As I told before, even though by God's grace I got job, so I can't even imagine what I just gave all promises to my dad, I'll just get the job. I can't imagine myself falling into the trap of one boy in the college days. I'm not putting a good effort to my studies. What gonna happen? I'm not getting the job. Then on top of that, I'm into love with some other people who is not fit to me. That is a disaster thing gonna happen for my father because he trusted me and he just approved my decision. So I am so conscious about myself, and I'm very particular about what I told to my father. So I just I was into the boundary. I just protected myself. So you need to protect yourself. Women need to be financially independent. If you are into any sort of marriage, wealth may be an important thing. As I told before, a person need to be at least to sit with you if you need it. That's the only reason we need to get married. That's what I feel. If the person is not open to listen in your bad days or emotionally imbalanced days, then what is the point of marriage? You have your mother and father, you have your friends. So he's the next urgent important person. He's in that particular role. At least he need to give you a space to explain how you feel, right? And such bad things I experienced, and some of the people also told me, if women is complaining, he had some body pain, something like that. The husband is not able to accept it, and he is telling you need to walk, you need to jog, you need to cut down your eating things, all this, which is not good at all, because women goes into several emotional imbalance things, mood swings because of the periods. She'll get pains, you need to accept that. You can't say no, you should not feel pain. That's a what is the kind of partner he is if he is not understanding pain of a woman. And on top of that, giving suggestions, women really like to listen. If the person is listening to whatever woman feels, if she is saying, if the person is open to listen, almost three-fourths of the pains will let go in that process. She just expecting him to listen,
Yes.
not suggestions, not giving these and that. No, just listen. But unfortunately, majority men don't listen. They'll just throw some suggestions on the face without listening. Even I experienced same thing with my father and mother. Whenever my mother says something, my father starts with suggestions and throw and throw and throw. So my mother got irritated. Even I do feel same thing, because I recommend every man, you are into whatever may be the duration of your marriage, women really like to share their views and you just want to listen that. You don't want to give X and Y jet suggestions until unless she asks you. So the suggestion will be suggestion only if someone asking you. If not, it is a irritation. So other person will feel it is an irritated zone. I could say wealth is important thing, but check yourself whether the person is open to sit with you, or you can spend time with him or her. It's really important whenever you are choosing the partner. Wealth is important, so you need to give high priority for that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Nowadays, it is the most important thing.
Yeah, true. I could say solid example again here. Whenever I got pregnant, my pregnant particular thing was not good, and because my family able to afford that, my and my kid got survived. I could see the importance of money at that point of time only. I immediately get married. Then within a year, I got conceived. Later on the journey, within a 7th month, I got some health issues because of the blood pressure, something like that. So almost it took us more than 15 lakhs to both of them come out. There is a live example going parallel to me in that particular hospital. The age of them is like 35. They are like watchmen. They don't have sufficient amount to survive that kid. Before that, so many abortions happened. So they are not able to pay, and the hospital people asked them to take their kid to some other hospital to cut down the charges. So the kid condition is not stable. Still, they took that decision to take the kid outside because they are not able to afford. Money will give you that leverage to protect yourself in these type of situations. So you can't neglect money. You need to damn respect money. You need to respect it.
Yes.
So that's where I understood. Thank God, I really felt because I'm into this family, I survived. My kids survived. And my father also gave me solid example. If this scenario happened 10 years before, they don't have money to survive me and my kid. That is the financial condition we usually have before. So just imagine, I can't even imagine. I can't put myself in those parents' situation. So money is damn important. You can't ignore it. Yeah.
Yes,
In a positive ways, I told.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's important, but
It's
like
not to be only driving thing. Yeah.
only thing we can't take only that thing to be enough.
Considered. Yeah. It's important thing.
Yes, is a one of a part of like how we are like life part. One part should be there. It is,
Yeah, it is important part. But it is not to be only part.
yeah. When we are choosing our spouse, like partner and all, so some what are the few things we need to like take care, like you said one is wealth. And we can't say that they are the person everybody said yes, yes, initially. They will say yes to everything. So
Yeah.
the few things that we need to ask or we need to look into that.
Yeah. So
Then
there is a aura, there is a connection.
yeah,
So sometimes, even though I don't know that particular person, I'm not comfortable to speak with him, even
yes.
though I don't know that person. So there is a natural attraction.
Mhm.
First thing, you need to attract him. At least you need not to feel bad if you seeing the person.
Yeah.
No, this is not the person, something like that. You need to feel okay, little bit okay. That is the first sign.
Okay.
Second thing, important thing, which is a wealth, you need to look after. Third thing, once you speak with the person, you eventually understood some points at least. Okay, this person is able to manage or not manage. Some people will act.
Yes, that is one.
So it's very tough to, make decisions. So I recommend everyone at least travel for few months in a phone calls. Not, you need to have boundaries in this travel process. So be very strict about those. Protect yourself with all those things. So speak with them and you will understand something. Sometimes even though you speak with them, you understood, still you may feel in dilemma in a
Yeah,
neutral way.
yeah, correct.
So at that point of view, you just take the blessings of the God and make decision. That's it. No one is perfect to make decision of the marriage.
Yeah, yeah. No.
It's really, if it is that much thing, even though you traveled for a few years, still there are couple who got divorced of 27 years. You could take the example of Bill Gates and his wife. We never know how many years it's gonna work, or I could say the evolution of marriage is changing. So people are really not looking for long relationships. I could say that these days marriages are a very short span of time, and within a span of 20 to 30 years, like we're asking, are you not married these days? And that point of time, they will ask, are you married?
Are you married? True.
So that's the evolution process happening. I'm not saying these particular 20 30 years back. I can see the evolution process from centuries back in those days. It was like sati sahagamanam, where women need to be buried or fired when the men died, and they usually married like big age gap. Later on the widow culture came. Right now we never know who is widow and who is the normal person. Then the remarriage culture is came. Once the person is below, they are open to for the remarriage. Before it was not like that. So I could see things are evolving. I can't say bad and good. We may feel it bad because we are not adapted to the culture what is coming, like live-in and short-term relationship. I could sense like strongly when the Sati Sahagamanam breaks, all the people who believed in Sati Sahagamanam may felt very bad about it. They felt like world going to be disaster if you're not following the culture of Sati Sahagamanam.
Yeah, correct.
So eventually the people who are supporting Sati Sahagamanam may be a bad people for them because lot many people are habituated to that particular thing. And
Right.
the culture and the tradition we are following, if someone we are following for long span of time, that will become our culture. Let's say if I'm saying living is our culture, if 10 years down the line from now to 20 years people are following living, then that's going to be the culture.
Yes.
Our kids really don't know what is Sati Sahagamanam is all about
Yes.
because they don't know.
Yeah.
And the kids of my kids don't know about widow culture because they don't know, because the remarriages came and no one is really following that white sari and that just losing all your hair and just staying in the home. No one is really following those things. So I could sense like right now an individual freedom is at most important thing. Before it was security.
Yes.
Your generation and my mother's generation, maybe I could consider my generation, security matters for the marriage.
Right.
Eventually, people are becoming driving towards more freedom. Before, security gives happiness to them. Right now, freedom is giving happiness. So I could say after 20 years, people really don't want to listen all these recording sessions or video
Yes.
because they are not into that culture. I hope it need to happen because suppressing one is not a good thing. That's what I believe. Marriage really suppress an individual.
Okay.
So maybe it's gonna change. Maybe this topic is relevant to 5 to 10 years from now. Later on, this is not useful because things are changing. I
Yes.
hope you understood the concept of Sati Sahagamanam and how right now it is. So
Right.
those are anti right now. If we are doing Sati Sahagamanam, we can't even
Nobody will be
imagine.
there.
Yeah, nobody will be there. True. So we never knows. Maybe marriage gonna change. Living may speed up. Everything is changing right now. But whatever the relationship you are into, I recommend at least you need to have that connection part. You need to feel a misfeel if they are not around you. It may be living or it may be marriage. That's an important thing, and wealth is one of the important thing you need to consider. Yeah. I
Like
hope we diverted our topic. Still, yeah, come back and
so it's like one of the topic, like how you said, that is a very important thing, like how the marriages are changing, like
yeah,
from our ancestors, from our grandmothers to right now, till now, how the changing. Like before, we used to have 10 days of marriage, 1 week,
yeah,
so
yeah,
many days of marriages we used to have, and like so many people are there, so n number of people. The same situation is like happening now again. So
yeah. Maybe it is a cycle. That's what I believe in.
yes.
So
Again, the
you
culture
can,
came back,
yeah,
like 1 week marriage, 5 days marriage, like that. Again,
yeah, yeah,
culture is coming.
yeah, yeah. Before we don't have any this type of marriage function halls.
Yes,
The marriage need to happen in the home or
yes.
in front of the home.
Mm.
That's the thing celebrities are doing before because of the one of the change happen in marriage as well because of the COVID.
Correct.
Things got changed and people got adapted to new things and they're getting our culture back. Yeah, it's a process of cycle. So definitely it will be there. Yeah,
And as you said, we have a short term and long term living and all. So we
yeah,
are married once, so we don't want to break up, like we don't want to take the
true.
divorce and all.
Risk.
So how
Yeah.
we can save our marriage? Like any tips for that? Like
Mm,
like you said, both need to be there.
yeah,
Both
yeah,
has to be there. But other than that, any other few tips?
yeah. Tips. I could say the tips. Even I need tips for myself as well for the marriage. Managing marriage is a very sometimes it's very challenging.
Yeah, but
So
there are tips
so
as
I
well
could say
for us.
one. Yeah, yeah. I got that. So The tip, what I listened from other person whenever I went to different type of classes, when the topic came of the marriage and I was listening. So one of the person told me that she'll just compare her marriage life with the disaster marriage and she will feel happy. That's the one tip she gave me. I was literally shocked by listening that. How
Like just we used
it's
to say,
beyond my imaginations.
yeah, if you are in a small line, just draw a big line, like little small line than the line, so you can feel happy about that. So that is
Yeah,
psychology related thing. So we need to feel like that
yeah.
as human
She
beings.
told that suggestion. I felt like, oh, it's something beyond my imaginations.
Yes.
Tips I could say, like um, we can't generalize the tips as well, because each person may have different type of marriage degree. Let's say there is a failures, there is a average marriage, average happiness marriages, and there is a super happy marriages. If in the super happy marriages the person need to just I could say compromise a lot. One individual need to compromise if he need to have a super marriage, super happy marriage. The one person may feel bad, but the other will be super happy because of that
Okay.
sacrifice. I could say there will be more of compromised marriage. Compromised is the key. You should not sacrifice and just tell to the partner what you feel about him regularly, um, and also explain how the other person also feeling about you. Exchanging what the other is feeling. One of the important tip to know how the relationship is sustaining and to understand them better way. And to be very honest, brain really not comfortable with the routine. Seeing a same person daily basis, the individual also need to drive into several emotions for the male as well as female. For the women, what happened because of the extra responsibilities, they don't have that much time to process. For men, they have much time.
Yes.
That's why the other navigations is another part where we can have discuss about. Men or women is into extra marriage relationship, which is really bad thing to have. We need to check those parameters as well to have it. We can't ignore that. We can't feel everything is okay. We need to have a check on those things as well, whether the other person is how much integrity he is maintaining in the relationship. It's very important. And also checking whether the person is comfortable or not, going out trips and making yourself excited uh, uh, by the things happening around, and sharing love each other. Caring is one of the important thing. You need to care about other person's feelings and all aspects. So you should, I recommend everyone to work. It may be a male or female, you need to work. That gives you self-respect, and other people also respect you. If you're not respecting yourself, no one respects you. The respect will come for you only if you're reaching your goals. The respect is an emotion which triggers if you are reaching a particular goal, that because of achieving that particular goal, your mind will appreciate you because of you reached it. If you're
Yes.
not working, staying in the home, you can't give any respect, and you have disrespect, and you feel that you are dependent on that particular person, where other person may also feel bored about you.
Yeah.
It may happen vice versa. Then only the extra-marriage relationship will fall into place, which is a bad sign of any committed relationship. Once you got married, everything need to shut, all doors closed. You can't give a window or some other hole to check out what happening outside. No, if you want to do that, don't get married. It's okay. Then you
Okay.
can do whatever the shit you want to do. Once you're committed to a particular person, just try to hold it. I could say ego and extra marriage relationship or some other. I could say these are the important tips to follow, like checking out the wealth thing, and as well as to protect the marriage. The person need to feel comfortable with you, and as well as check whether the person is feeling bored of you, or whether he or she into extra marriage relationship. So this is going to be a broken marriage culture if we are not focusing on those things. It's important to check all those parameters. Not for, it's not what I understood after marriage. Once the kids came into our life, women just put majority time for the kids, not for the partner. Partner may feel that lonely space. So I recommend every woman allocate kids task to your husband so that he will feel packed.
Correct. So we need to share that part also.
Load, yeah, you can't take all the load into you, and you may not, you are feeling that you are taking caring of your kid, and your husband maybe feel happy or chill out because
Yes.
you are taking responsibilities. No, if you are doing that, he will feel bored of you.
Yes.
He will go into all the friends zone, or some extra
Distractions will be there.
addictions will be there. So I recommend every woman allocate majority time of your kids to your husband, so that he will be protected from all the things which going to affect him. You are doing this thing with love. So remember this thing, because if you're loving your husband, if you love your husband, allocate your kids task to your husband. So
Yeah.
that is the biggest tip I want to give to all the women.
So nice. So nice tips, ma'am. Before concluding, I just want to say it's like marriage is useful or not. We need to do like I just want to give one thing like other countries are opting like so many, they are giving so many things offers for only for the Indian couples, and so many are like, because you said like short term and long term all this process, so they are calling all the people from India only. So many are going out of there. The foreign countries are like some, you can hear so many things. So many are going. So because of that, because we are here, still we are following the culture, the marriage culture,
True,
and
true.
adopting kids and everything. We are just growing our own, what we say, that surname and everything. We have so many things. So that thing we are still we are stick to that. So that part some other countries they don't have. So they don't have that thing. So everybody is like attracting with so many offers and all to our Indians. So many people are going for that. So it is useful not for other countries, for our here. Is it useful or no? And what is the conclusion you want to give for all the teenagers or whoever watching our programs? So what is the last line you want to add?
So the last line is to, marriage is important if you feel it is important. It need to be personal choice, not for XYZ reasons. You need to make your own decisions. So marriage is important. If you feel it is important, make your own decision. So the decision need not to be by others people. It need to be an individual decision. Then only, as I told, they will be open, and they need to have aware how the things going to change after marriage, so that they won't be any disasters. Once if the couple having the kids, I recommend load need to shared majority by the men, not women, so that the relationship will be protected, instead of men is not going to other allegations. So on end conclusion, I will recommend, it's your life, make wise decision. That's it. I don't want to take any side whether to have marriage or not have to marriage. It's your life, take wise decision. If you feel marriage is not for you, then don't marry. If you feel you need some solid relationship that drives you more, then get married. But check yourself what you are. I'm more like self person. I'm not into a relationship building person. I'm more like self person, self love, self, all this self kind of person. So I recommend check yourself which is better for you. Instead of me making conclusions for your life, you need to make your own decisions based upon the requirement. Whatever the decision you make, even they were staying in the relationship, it is challenging. Even though your separation from the relationship, it is also challenging. But check the degree, how much you're suffering. Let's say if you're into abused relationship, or the husband or wife is really not taking care of you and into extra marriage relationship, there is no point of staying with them.
Yes.
But check if we have small things, it's okay to have those small fights, because two different individuals staying in a single room gonna create some issues. It's okay to have that. Okay, and there is no any better option than marriage. So that's why I'm not able to suggest anything. I don't have any other, any other sort of replacement for the marriage until now, at least. Maybe in the future, if something comes, I'll update you for sure in another episode of marriage. Maybe this VEENA PUPPALA talk show going to be in a seasons format. If I know something better than marriage, I'll tell, this is a better than marriage, we can opt for that. Right now, there is no any better option than marriage. But as an individual, you need to make decision for you. Marriage is needed, go for it. If not, it's okay. Be open for that.
Yes.
So that is my conclusion on this talk. And it was a very nice talk.
Yeah, same here. Thank you so much, ma'am. So I hope everyone is enjoyed the talk show. And here, what is the conclusion? Ma'am said, like, it's up to you whether it
Good.
is
Yeah, whatever
good
you
or
want to do,
bad.
do.
You need to choose whether you want to eat the fruit or you don't want to. That's up to you. Like
You.
that Hindi kahavat we have. शादी का लड्डू खा के भी पछताओ नहीं खा के भी पछताओ. The
Yeah.
same way. So please be choosy about your partner and be very smart about these areas. And if you have any questions, please chat or type in the inbox for further any other suggestions or details. And if you want to know more about your husbands or any other girlfriends or spouse, please come and check with the graphology so that
Yeah.
you can know the person how they are. So please come and you can join the course or you can have the counseling with Miss Veena ji. So I hope everybody liked the interviews. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your time. I hope everybody enjoyed. If they have any questions, they'll be commenting. You please, we can just answer them, right, ma'am? Yeah.
Sure, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Enjoy our life. That's the end point for me. Whatever you
Yes.
are into, enjoy our life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Good day. Good day, ma'am.